Hi. You ever wonder why stories don't hit like they used to? I mean, like, where's the magic? Do you remember the magic? Let me ask you something. Do you remember what it feels like the first time you watched The Lord of the Rings? Or that first time in the twin sunsets of the very beginning in Tatooine when you watched The New Hope? The goosebumps, man. The wide-eyed wonder. The feeling that you were stepping into something bigger than yourself. Now tell me, when was the last time a movie or a book made you feel like that? I'll wait.
There's a tempest in me.
Exactly. We used to create legends. I mean, look, there was a time when stories weren't just content. They were mythologies in the making. The Lord of the Rings wasn't just a trilogy. It was an entire world that made you feel like you lived inside of it. Peter Jackson's movies didn't feel as like just some type of production that's splam, splat onto your face and pooped out. I'm gonna leave that part out. That's too kid-like to be able to put in the video. Those movies felt like someone carved them out of the bedrock of Middle Earth itself. Pa, 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 pa. But it wasn't just Lord of the Rings. I mean, we also had Star Wars. Star Wars 4, 5, 6, even, dare I say it, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clone Wars, and Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, that thing slapped. Don't you remember the fight on Mustafar? You get what I mean? It was epic. My point is, they weren't just movies. They were fables for a generation that needed hope, wonder, and heroes. And lastly, let's look at Marvel. Say what you will, but Marvel, up until Endgame, it was lightning inside of a bottle. We believed in those characters. We cheered them on. We cried. We felt like we grew up with Tony Stark and Steve Rogers. But then, something happened. That question is, what happened? See, back then, it was epic. It was always a showdown. We had beginning stories, geniuses like Tolkien and George Lucas. They were coming on and they made these hits that the world couldn't get enough of. We used to get the Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, Endgame, Infinity War, Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones. But now we got the Ring of Powers.
Pippin, are you mad? I just want to look at it. Put it back. Pippin.
It's hard to say which way is up and which way is down.
So when the great foe Morgoth destroyed the very light of our home, we resisted.
Help! Gandalf! Someone help me! Fool of a took!
did you see?
A dwarf. There was a beardless dwarf.
And then we also get Disney Star Wars.
Who are you?
I'm Ray.
Ray who?
Ray Skywalker.
And now, get this, don't worry. We also get Disney Marvel now.
Twelve seconds later.
These are movies that feel like they're made by a marketing department rolling dice at a meeting. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but Rings of Power isn't Tolkien.
Show it to me.
It's cosplay with a $1 billion budget. It's beautiful, but it's hollow. It doesn't breathe the way Middle Earth breathes. It doesn't ache with history and sadness and courage. And Star Wars? I mean, even if you didn't like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, at least they still had heart. You might have not loved them at first, but now you watch them and you're like, hey, this ain't that bad, you know? I actually like this. I can dig with this. You have to admit, those ones had vision. They built a galaxy full of politics, tragedy, and emotion. Say what you will about George Lucas's dialogue,
I don't like Sam.
but those movies really did also have soul. Now, Disney's new Star Wars feels like watching people play with Star Wars action figures.
I'm Han Solo. I should be dead by now. Oh, and Princess Leia. I can fly to the sun.
Who asked for this? Who asked for Emperor Palpatine somehow returning through some type of vending machine tube man? He's a tube baby now. Emperor Palpatine's a tube baby now. And now, it's sad to say, but even Marvel has gotten a case of this. Ever since Endgame, the magic's just poof. It stopped. There's no heart whatsoever anymore. It stopped beating. It went into cardiac arrest.
Are you sure you should be poking it like that?
Who's the doctor here?
It's just quips, cameos, and multiverse nonsense stitched together like Frankenstein's monster. See, I really don't want to be just some type of doomer and gloomer. See, now, that raises a question. Is it just us? Are we just getting older? Are we just chasing some type of feeling that only existed in our childhood? Maybe part of it is that. Maybe we were more open-hearted back then. Maybe wonder and magic comes easier when you were 12 and everything feels new. But then I'm like, wait a minute, but it's not just us. It's them too. You can see it, I can see it, we can see it, everybody sees it. Good stories, great stories aren't scared to take their time. They're not obsessed with checking boxes or setting up 6 spin-offs. They're about characters, choices, sacrifice, meaning. It's not that hard to understand. This is what made all those old classics that you're trying to recreate nowadays so special. They had stuff that you don't, and you wanna know what that is? Soul, meaning. And this new stuff, it's just rushed, it's hollow, fake deep. It's like fast food storytelling, shiny, salty, and ultimately unsatisfying. But why does this even all matter? You know what? It does matter. You wanna know why it matters? Because it matters to this guy right here. It matters. Stories matter. Stories teach us how to be brave. They teach us how to hope. They teach us how to mourn. They teach us how to love. When I was a kid, I didn't just watch Aragorn lead an army into impossible odds. I learned from that dude. I didn't just watch Luke face Darth Vader. I learned that sometimes you have to confront your greatest fears. And even if it hurts, even if it's hard, you have to forgive anyways. I'm about to drop a bombshell on y'all. I'm about to tell you, we don't need more content. We need myths. We need new legends. We need stories that dare to mean something. That's why it's so important that I tell you, there's still hope. The next great stories, they're still out there. Maybe they're not coming from billion-dollar studios anymore. Maybe they're being written right now, late at night, by someone that loves Middle-earth too much just to let it die. Maybe the next Star Wars, the next Lord of the Rings, the next Marvel movie is hiding in a dusty notebook or a half-finished Word doc. You get my point. We can't just let these big studios and these big companies ruin and sabotage all of our movies with these weird implants things that weren't even in the original films or stories or books. See, all of these movies and books, the reason we love them so much is because it's our way to escape from the real world for just a little bit. And now you're putting the real world into our stuff that we love so much? Bro, we already hate our 9-to-5 lives as it is. Leave us in peace. If you're like me and you love these old stories, don't just mourn them. Create, write, paint, film. Make the kind of stories you wish existed. Respect the stories that raised you, but don't be afraid to raise the next generation of legends. Because magic isn't something you find, it's something you make. And never stop being creative, because once you stop being creative, all you do is consume. Consume until everything's been eaten and gobbled up. And I think that's the lesson we're learning today. We're realizing we haven't been creating. All these big studios, all of us all around, we've only been consuming for the last 20 or 30 some years. That's why these new legends, these new epics, they're not being made anymore. We're clearly living off of existing IPs and stories. J.R. Tolkien, George Lucas, and the writers that created these legends, they didn't consume. They created, and not creating new ones. So go out, or actually should I say, get inside, buckle down, and write that dang book you wanted to write so badly. Go film that crazy YouTube video movie you had envisioned for years. Go paint that wondrous painting that you've had stuck in your brain in dreams for so long that it haunts you. My point is, don't just sit and consume no more. It's your turn. It's your turn. If you like this video, please subscribe. Because, well, if you subscribed, I might get lucky tonight. That's it. All right, see you later. Bye.